Friends, whatever spiritual practice you do, puja, tapaha, tapasya, upavasa, meditation, bhajan, guru seva, bhagavat seva, donations, whatever you do, if your agitations in your mind do not come down, do not die away, or if they keep coming up, or if you are in their control and they are not under your control, then all of this spiritual practice is of not much consequence. This is very important. Jnanagni dagdha karmani. All purpose of all actions, purpose of all spiritual practice is knowledge and pure knowledge. Now, what is knowledge? Is it the information, that the amount of information that you have in your mind? No. Is it the more memory of shastras or scriptures or Sanskrit knowledge you have? No. Not all of these things. Is it whether you are Mahamandaleshwar or not? No. But Jnanam means a change in your consciousness. Now, consciousness is virtual, it is not physical. So, the change in your consciousness cannot be seen or measured by physical methods. So, how will you be able to see it? It is like a lake, a big lake in a full moon's night. Okay? In the night of the full moon, the reflection of the moon is seen clearly on the lake. So, your mind must be like that clear lake without waves. If the reflection is moving, that means there are waves in your mind. That means the more waves there are, the more disturbance there is, and the less clear the reflection of the moon is. So again we have to wait till the waves are cleared and the lake is still to see the moon's reflection. So that the ability to reflect the moon, the reality or God and truth, etc., that is dependent on how still the lake of your mind is. So if your mind is not still, it is agitated, agitation, E-A-G-I-T-A-T-I-O-N. So if it is agitated, then you can never reflect the truth. Okay. So there are 6 kinds of agitations: Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsara. So 3 seem to be positive, but they are still agitations. 3 seem to be negative, so they anyway have to be gotten rid of. All 6 need to be gotten rid of. Now, can any human being by design, is it possible to get rid of all these agitations? No, they have their role to play. I mean, when you have to reproduce, you need Kama. When you have to discipline somebody, sometimes you may look krodhit, you may look angry, etc. Actually, krodha is much more than anger, much more negative than anger. But whether you are angry to do something for a purpose, for a clear purpose in a controlled way, or you are in the hands of anger, this matters. And krodha, I translate it as vengeance, not anger. So there cannot be any vengeance inside you, and you cannot be spiritual. Both cannot be true. And lobha is lobha, moha, mada, matsara. We think some of these things are positive, and we are proud in society of these things. Nowadays, we are proud of being proud. We are proud of having ego. All these movies, etc., they show you in slow motion how egotistic and how stylish how proud the hero is, the protagonist. So you imagine yourself, you empathize with the hero, and you think in the real world also you need to be like that. All of this wrong education, etc., is there. But amidst all of this, if you really want to be spiritual, the fundamentals of spirituality. In an earlier video, I told you that if you do not have Trikarna Shuddhi, you can never be spiritual, really, even in spite of whatever you do or other spiritual practices. Similarly, here I am saying, if your mind is showing these agitations, if you are not able to control these things, then there is really no progress that is being done. So I'm not saying it should happen overnight, or I'm not saying if you have these agitations, it is the end of the road. No, not at all. I'm saying that this is a way to measure whether you are actually progressing or not, or whether you have actually attained the states that you think you attained in spirituality or not. So, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsara. All these 6 are the forms of agitation in your mind. Okay? Please take care of these things. I'm not saying these things are bad or anything like that. Nothing in this world that is created is bad. Everything is your projection only. But everything has their own purpose in life. If we don't understand these purposes, and if we behave with them in a different way than we ought to behave, then only the problem will be there. So the dosha is like anavyapti dosha, avyapti dosha, and adhivyapti dosha, ativyapti dosha. Like, for example, if there is something called Vatsalya. So Vatsalya is important. It is a very positive thing. But if you think too much of it, if you are attached to your children or students too much, then it is adhivyapti, ativyapti dosha. Then if your Vatsalya is lacking, then it is anavyapti, and you mistake Vatsalya for something else, and you do something else, but you name that as Vatsalya. That is avyapti dosha. So this is over-evaluation in English, over-evaluation, under-evaluation, or otherwise evaluation. Therefore, nothing in this world is bad or wrong or evil. There are elements in this world. We need to understand all these elements. We need to understand their role and the scale to which we respect them. We should not respect them too much, we should not respect them too little, or we should not take one thing for the other thing. So if we practice this, then everything is positive in spiritual life and spiritual practice, spiritual journey. Thank you.